I say, speak, boy.
Keep it going.
Come on, boy.
Stop?
Do y'all not know my voice is shot from,
Speak,
the
boy.
day job at
Boy, I can't hear you. I
Coldplay.
said, speak, boy. Speak up. If you can't speak, I can't hear you.
You stop the... Oh, wait.
Hold on. Going.
Randy, use those brain cells. Come on.
It's okay, Aaron. It's okay, Scott. I don't have any.
That's just an alarming amount of smoke coming out of your head.
It's not smoke. It's the magic smoke.
Am I the
Oh,
only
okay.
one that
You
hears
can
the
tell
kettle?
because it's white.
Okay, so I tell that to the FBI, right? That's what we talked about? Should I have said that while recording?
What are we telling the FBI?
About the magic smoke. We just call it that, right?
Isn't that just the cocaine clouds?
That's your
that's-
cocaine clouds.
Yeah, he doesn't share.
Well, anyway, I'm Scott.
No, you're not. Who is this man? Who is he?
That's a good
Let's get him.
question.
I'm the
No,
one that controls time.
No, he's not. Let's get him. Let's
Really?
prove a point.
Watch.
That's your cocaine clouds.
Yeah, he doesn't share.
Well, anyway, I'm Scott.
No, you're not. Who is this man? Who is he?
That's a good
Let's get him.
question.
I'm the
No,
one that controls time.
No, he's not. Let's get him. Let's
Really?
prove a point.
Well, anyway, I'm Randy.
And I'm Aaron.
I was Scott.
And this definitely not tangents. We have a third person. The ratio is wrong. Leave.
Okay.
Ratio, based,
Kring.
ratio, get ratioed, so based.
I hate ratioing a little bit. It's just so stupid because it's like someone makes a criticism on a point with, well thought out details. 8 likes. Someone, ratio, 50. And it's just like, yeah, I get the idea, but it's just like, thanks, Interaction Farmer, for your input. Forgive me, Engagement Farmer.
Yep. You know how to farm engagement? What you do is you make a community post that says PewDiePie in it.
I thought it was just going to be, well, no. PewDiePie plus a swear or two. Preferably saying that PewDiePie said those swears. That's how you get engagement. And reported to the police for slander.
Or they've diddled a toddler. At least in New York.
And then the fib has your head on their wall.
The fib.
Yeah, that's just what is it? New York Times or is it Wall Street Journal? One of the two.
I made a fucking Grand Theft Auto reference. God damn.
It was actually John Mulaney, but same difference.
Who?
John Mulaney.
I'm sorry.
So you know our friend, what do y'all call him? Bob?
The main man.
The main man. Thank you.
I
hear his
don't know
name.
who this Melanie guy is. So
Yeah. You know how it was
Mulaney.
my junior year.
Melanie.
So quite some time ago.
Oh no, he's
The main
reminiscing.
man, you know he went on that bit about the one thing you can't replace.
What?
You'll have to look it up sometime.
Or I'll just show it to him after this. Or we could show it to him now, and that'll be more work.
Oh, okay. No,
you remember.
Yeah, now I remember.
Yes, that's
because
John
they
Mulaney.
were. Oh, okay.
Yeah, John
John
Mulaney.
Melanie.
Yeah. John Mulaney, or Melanie, is a lot like Aaron in 10 Years. They both have the same kind of humor and whatnot.
No, his humor has a bit of flavor, a little bit of spice. It's like, it's like a southern home-cooked meal. Mine's drier than the desert. It's like overcooked meat.
This feels very wrong sitting here listening to tangents because...
No. You're having the wrong mindset. It's
I'm
like this guy
actually-
who
I'm-
slandered VTubers. You just don't get it, do you? This isn't tangents. You're just having a conversation with Randy and Aaron. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, except y'all are looking at me.
Good.
For the past...
Let's look at him
So
some
let's
more.
see. We're at episode... This is 31.
Yeah.
I just edited 30.
Mm-hmm.
So for people in the timeline and the continuum...
Yeah.
God, your breath stinks.
And you smell like a summer chicken? I don't know.
Your watch, man. You need to.
His watch stank.
Sorry, it's the good lads at the day job. They wish for me to come in 30 minutes earlier.
Today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I don't work tonight. That's why I'm
You
here.
don't?
No.
Surprising.
Then what do we get all the hostage stuff prepared for? I just kind of feel... dude, we coordinated this.
Dog, we prepared so much, so hard, and
Yeah,
you just
Sorry, what were we going on about a minute ago?
Something about John Mulaney being me. Oh, wait, no. We were staring at him. Let's get back to that. Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah, so it's a bit bizarre being here because we're on episode 31 recording, 28 just went up, and 30 is awaiting render.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that hears this gets to see just how backed up Tangents really is. For numbers of reasons, because, you know, we all have day lives.
No, it's because I'm an idiot. Trust me.
Okay, well...
I'm kind of a professional with this being retarded, sort of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that much. Because
Well, I mean, the aspect you do after I get done with my funny business, you know, it takes some time to...
No, it doesn't. Dude, I sit down and I, like, shut my brain up for, like, 8.5 minutes. I can get the work done.
And you a lazy hoe.
That's kind of what I'm getting at here.
Okay.
well,
Right,
it's
so-
not like you don't crank out absolute fucking bangers.
I mean, Boogie Woogie was a highlight. Let's pull that up on the screen. Keep talking, by the way.
Yeah, so it's odd because I'm going to hear this conversation twice.
Boogie woogie.
Look at this.
Wrong screen, by the way.
No.
If
Look.
you want,
for
throw
them.
it on both real quick just to be sure.
Oh, I'm just stupid. That's right.
Yeah, everything's got to go over there.
There
this
we go.
time. Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful. See? We got the Boogie and the Woogie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He's, hold on a second. He's, I think he's woogieing a bit too much here.
Yeah, except we can just see his head. There we go.
Yeah, he's woogieing. This man right here is woogie.
He's got the woogie like mad.
Imagine an alternate timeline where we call ourselves Boogie and Woogie.
Oh my god.
That's a sight to see.
Woogie. Anyway.
I like how it looks like Aaron's causing it and Randy's just sitting there. Ah!
And then we got this one. Divorce, your wife's boyfriend, and you. A small
Yeah, so
guide on the
that's-
do's and don'ts of losing your wife's social standing and place in the bed.
That sounds like a whole. That sounds like a whole lot of
Hoopla?
No, that sounds like
That
it
too.
makes a whole lot of parallels between Aaron, Randy, and the guy who put Facebook Messenger and Instagram.
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
The Zuck.
I still love that in the big Facebook hack, his phone number got leaked.
His everything got leaked.
I know,
They
that's
got his
beautiful.
fucking social security number.
Are you familiar with what Karma is? He sold his users' data, so Karma came back and bitten him in the ass.
They sold his.
Karma came in the.
They sold him.
Yeah, the Zuck is now on rent.
This is
Rent to own.
Rent, $1.50 going up.
like fucking Dogecoin.
Yeah. Except he's going to depreciate within 3 weeks.
I'm gonna depreciate in 3 weeks.
You have value?
I'm gonna depreciate
Yeah,
in
that's the
3
point.
seconds.
No, you just melt through the chair.
No, it's just I become slightly see-through because I'm literally losing my worth and stopping existing.
Oof. No. So long as the Tangents podcast exists, I feel like we have a little bit of worth. Because it's something fun that can be consumed, or at least it's something that can be consumed, or at least it's something.
Whoever watches it is going to laugh.
Well, they better at least. You at home. Laugh!
Or else, you know what happens next.
You think you could do something with the sound effect there? Like, really meat it up?
Oh, yeah, easy.
No, I'm talking about, like, literally, like, slapping meat, like, maybe get some, like, deli ham or something like that, slap it together.
Mm-hmm.
I could put a quick fapping sound.
No. This is family friendly. Say a slur. I'm kidding. No, actually.
As
You
many,
fucking cracker!
White trash.
you see, as many of those things as I have had, I would not say...
Don't worry, that's just a term for Cajuns.
Oh, wait, did I do the
Really?
bad? I think I might have said the word.
Which one?
I have an unparalleled opportunity ahead of me.
How many of
For
them?
the funny name.
I think you did.
Yeah, I mean, like, the time before, I was like, Randy, say a slur. Did I say Randy? Say
You said Randy.
I did? Okay.
You said Randy.
I had an unparalleled opportunity ahead of me, though.
Aaron,
You have to admit.
Aaron.
Yes, Scott.
You see, I praised y'all for an episode 30 not having a name slip.
Listen.
I had the bleep sound in the project file, ready to go, and I never had to use it.
Well,
once.
actually, we found out that there actually is a name. Wait, if you haven't rendered it, then why not just pick it out?
Aaron, I'm gonna have to go through that again. On top of 31. On top of the other projects I do for other people.
Listen.
I'm a multi-editor.
Listen, I just wanted to make it funny. And you have to admit, that's funny.
Would have been.
What word did you say? And then I just say his name. It's funny. What's the point of a podcast without the bleep sound effect, where we make a mistake and we remove ourselves from witness protection by saying our full legal name, like Randall. Randall House.
Randall House.
It's spelled Haus. I just can't
House.
pronounce. Hoss.
Hoss, like Hoss and Pfeffer.
House.
Yeah. What's my full name again? Arundel something?
Arundel.
Yeah, it's like an extension of the name.
Arundel McMahogany.
McMahogany.
I don't know my full name though, do you?
Scott.
No.
Scott Hotch? So that way it's Hotch Scott?
I'm killing you first.
Scotch.
That's fair. No. I got something worked out. It's a special tool. We'll save for later.
No, I got it.
No, you don't. You
Who
listen.
really makes
Listen.
the call here? Who
Listen,
really makes the
listen,
calls
listen.
here at the end of the day?
Listen, sir,
it
please,
you?
sir. No,
Or is it
sir,
the editor?
sir, please. We're professionals.
But reality can be whatever I want it to be.
No, it can't. I can edit the files myself, if I felt like it.
You won't. We both know that's why I exist.
You exist for a different purpose.
You don't exist at all. What are you guys talking about? You're just a figment of our imagination.
No,
I
we're
am
both a
ready to
figment
have-
of your imagination.
These people,
Listen.
I'm just
8.5
ones and zeros
viewers.
in a 2002 Dell
No.
desktop.
No, Randy.
Like what I'm putting
No,
right
no,
here. This
no,
is
no.
me.
Randy. We're not real. I know the accident was hard on you, and that you
But
know we meant
you
a lot to you,
bastard! You bastard! I'm supposed to be the figment of your imagination.
but I know. But reality is often disappointing.
Yeah, you fuckheads.
You're just talking to
Shit
yourself in a
faces.
room.
They're wondering who the hell I'm responding to.
You just show this to a coworker. Are you okay? Yeah. Why do you ask? It's just, who are you talking to? My friends, Aaron and Scott. I can't hear anybody. Randy, are you okay?
You know what? I've never been okay. I'm just trying to pretend, man.
Yeah, that's fair. Me does not know how to respond to an actual serious statement. Also me. Yeah, that's fair. My wife, I'm leaving you and taking the kids. That's fair.
Wait.
Yeah, that's fair. Wait. I thought you were living with your wife's, with your boyfriend. Yeah, I am. And the kids are coming with me. Aw. Does that mean I can't sleep in the middle of the bed again? No. You have to find your own bed. But it's cozy. These are the jokes. You have to appreciate them a little bit.
I do. Why do you think I'm still editing?
Obligation at this point. I'm kidding.
I know. If I didn't
I don't
like
know.
it,
I think it might just be fun for you. Why do you edit tangents? That's the question we should be asking. You're our guest. You have a connection to the podcast. Is someone who directly has a hands-on approach to the cast. We might have to bring in a few witnesses and take this to court. But what's got you going? Into the mic.
Well, it's just kind of fun sitting there editing, trying not to lose my fucking shit every time I'll say a real name and I have to actually go in and do it.
What, you mean
'Cause
like
you see-
Jessica? Your heart skipped a beat, didn't it?
It really did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because it's like, I will kill you here and now. You've already done it once.
I'm sorry. Go
Let's
on.
not
Do
make-
it then, pussy. You won't, Scott.
Again. Randy?
You see,
Aaron?
it doesn't skip a beat when he's about to do it because he does it the most. So it's like, it's just this wave of just contentment comes over me when I feel like nearly every single time I'm editing it, I know when it's about to happen. It's like the Jaws theme starts. It's like, you know it's about to happen. You're just waiting for it to hit.
Mm-hmm.
There's only been one episode, because I can sometimes, I'm aware of what y'all are recording from my little dungeon from the far beyond and all that jazz.
You just walk by the door and you just hear Patrick and I talking about step-sibling porn again.
That is still one of the weirder bits I've had to edit.
Yeah. Go on.
But, I gotta say, the only one... Crap, which bit was it? There was one bit in particular, I walked by, and I heard y'all do it. But I didn't find out until afterwards that you told me what that bit was. And it's probably the one, I can't breathe, I laugh so hard every single time I hear it. And it's the one where Randy breaks the desk. Because I was in my room.
I actually broke it.
Yeah, and I heard that thud through the walls. And then I put headphones on and started listening to music, or I started editing some project. Because, I'm a multi-editor. I work for many people. Y'all's is just the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the least mentally taxing. And then there are those ones that make me kind of want to jump off a bridge like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Or off the second-story window, like that one.
Isn't that the schmoove? Can y'all hear him in the back better?
They better not.
I mean, I can fix it in post. You'd be surprised how much I play with the audio.
Again, reality can be whatever he wants.
You just shift it into first and your engine explodes it in one swoop.
That's what my heart does most of the time.
Well, quit shifting in the first.
No, it's stuck.
So anyway...
Gears 2...
So I'm hearing you're stuck, Step Bro. Sorry. I just had to make that joke.
He had to do it to him. What can we say?
No, I'm kidding. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the people at home who have the vehement displeasure of having to listen to this. Please go on about the tangents.
It's okay. We
experience.
know it's a joke because these two gentlemen are cousins.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, that's why we have different last names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Scott.
Scott Quinn.
Scott.
I've actually yet to have somebody to mess that up at Starbucks. I had another name I used to go by from ages ago, and I have seen every single spelling of that. And that's why I started using this name. Or using my name. Because if you spell that wrong, then I'm sorry, you just... You lose your eyeball privileges and your hearing privileges.
That's fair. So tell me, what has been your favorite episode? Two questions. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
What has been your favorite episode to edit, and what has been your favorite episode in general, just as a viewer? If they're one and the same, then that's fine.
Favorite episode? Okay, well here's the thing, is generally speaking, editing it, the bulk of the editing comes for the death bits, and you can usually tell which ones those are that take the longest. It's either because I have a crackpot idea, and it's let's see how much I can abuse this before Premiere has a seizure and corrupts the whole file, which it actually did once. That's one reason an episode of Tangents actually took a little bit longer, so I had to go through and re-edit it all, because it ate my file.
Oh.
And I almost switched over to DaVinci Resolve. That day, I was about to download it.
What's DaVinci Resolve?
So it's a free alternative to Premiere for people who don't want to pay the Adobe Premium. It's only because I'm at UTSA I'm using the Adobe suite. I mean, once I graduate, I'll probably still pay to use Lightroom and for the limited use of Photoshop, but it's only because they have a package deal that makes, it's cheaper if you bundle it together than to just pay for Lightroom monthly, or to pay for them separate. But DaVinci Resolve, it's a free alternative, and it works pretty good. I know a lot of people that actually use it in the place of Premiere, some people who go to some of the other colleges within the city that they can't get Adobe unless they are an art major or a media major of some variety. So they'll use that. They'll use it over HitFilm Express, because I used to edit on that, but I wasn't too fond of it. And before I found out I could get the entire Adobe suite for free, I was actually going to try DaVinci Resolve.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. My favorite episode I've edited, I kind of want to say the most elaborate death bit since I started editing. Because I started editing on the second half of 11. That was where I first did it. And then it was episode 12 was the first episode I fully did, which I think was called Scot Free.
Mm-hmm.
As a listener, you could say Boogie Woogie or Scot Free. Just because on Scot Free, you can tell I abused the hell out of that editing, going the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
If you're asking, personally speaking, editing, I could say my favorite episode to edit was the one when you got the new mic. just because it wasn't murder on my ears, and it dropped the editing time down by almost 2 hours. Because I had to do a lot of audio correction, and it still didn't overly help it. Because if you remember, there used to be little clicks and pops that would just...
Oh, yeah.
For no reason. And, like, it was a full digital sound. Like, there was nothing causing it. So, and... Boy alive, did I try to pull that out. So, the first episode, y'all got the new mic. That was probably my favorite to edit, because it's like my ears thank me.
Yeah. This isn't Tangents.
Yeah, they actually started after you, but they have more.
Why?
Well, no, they didn't. Never mind. I'm just an idiot. Yeah, Ladies and Tangents. They have 13...
That's nice, but I prefer the real Tangents.
Yeah, so do I.
Let's jump back to episode 1.
So I've been editing
The 10 doctors agree. It's proven.
8 out of 10.
Well, hold on a second. It occurs to me, episode 2 is when we were in the same room, and that's a better comparison.
Alright.
It's been cleaned by AdBlock.
It doesn't look broken or anything.
Oh,
and there's no syncing
I don't
to
like
do
ads
since we're in the same
on my
room
YouTube
now.
videos, so
Oh, very good.
I got Randy to help me do
I
something
don't know
about
if
that.
San Antonio is smart or stupid.
What do you mean by that?
As far as
Yeah, it just sounds like
But picking at everything.
it just
They're
sounds
digging
bad.
in.
Yeah.
Pops
480p.
Oh, wow.
I
That's because
edited
we were
these.
recording on my shit top.
Oh, yeah, that was well before y'all...
Plus, I was the one editing it, and I'm not exactly winning any awards at editing, in terms of audio cleanup.
Yeah, that's why you got an editor.
Well, mostly because I couldn't handle the workload of editing and doing the thumbnail.
Yet again, that's why you got an editor.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I was explaining this.
Quit being dumb for 3 seconds.
I've asked y'all this numerous times. Please don't
Two
tap on the
Mississippi,
desk.
3 Mississippi.
I also don't know...
Well, no.
How were you counting?
Quit being dumb for 3 seconds. I was testing an idea. Sorry, go on.
I genuinely wondering how that tapping is going to sound, because it's on glass. So in case y'all don't know, Aaron here has a new desk.
Oh, I wanted to tell him.
Oh, well, go ahead.
It's a development of the storyline. The story arc that Randy started. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Listen.
Because the hatred in your heart is towards the person behind the persona.
I'm sorry. Listen, man. I'm not doing this intentionally. You see that I'm not doing this intentionally.
Yeah.
Please don't sound like that. I'm sorry.
It doesn't make it any better.
Stop.
I know it doesn't make it any better, but you have to understand, I do feel sorry about it.
Okay, well, one thing I don't think you've realized is I know you're working on a new overlay, if we can share that, but you know you're going to have to update it again because you have a new desk.
That's fine. I'll figure something out. Anyway, to the new desk. I kind of got tired of my computer and monitors and everything sitting on literal smithereens of wood scraps. Kind of got into my knees a little bit, Really made drawing and getting these banger videos out a little bit more difficult, a little bit more tie-hen, if you will. And whatchamacallit, my uncle stepped in with the tier 3 sub and a new desk, and it's
Glass top.
Sorry about that. I just needed to show them for dramatic effect.
No.
Anyway, I'm gonna try to stop doing that now, and maybe this is going to be good. This is gonna be good anger management therapy for Randy. Gets him to stop striking his anger on the world, and by world I mean desk.
Yeah, I give it...
It's got steel frame, glass top.
Steel frame, glass top, just like Randy here.
Hold on.
No, steel and concrete.
I'm not even steel and concrete at this point. I'm just steel and titanium.
Oh, that's fair.
Metal man. He gets hit with lightning. He doesn't die. He just kills me.
No, it's like a firebender from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Have we really been recording for only 23 minutes?
Why do you have to call attention to these things? You've edited the podcast long enough to know every time we mention it, we lose our momentum.
Well, no, it's just that when I'm editing it, 23 minutes feels a lot longer than sitting here recording for 23 minutes.
Well, yes, because
Is this how y'all record for an hour and a half?
We just talk, man.
We just
All right.
we just
Randy
open
and I,
our gosh
we just-
dang mouths,
Whoa.
and we stop being stupid for an hour, and we fucking get it. And then for the last 30 minutes, we're pretty damn retarded, but
But that's more like
that's where I pull most of the silence from. It's right around the 45-minute mark. It's like, okay, I'm now starting to edit out large gaps of silence.
Man, this episode's going to be a wet dream for you then, because you have literally 3 people to fill the void, and if all 3 of us are silent, then that means the episode is over.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will actually end it in post.
One of us can literally pull the weight of the other 2. So long as one person is talking.
And I'm the thickest one here, so
What, is the clap of your cheeks going to distort the audio on the mic?
Hold on, let's see. Shit. Legs gave out on me.
Oh. That's just unfortunate.
No, I think it was my fear of ramming my stomach into the corner of the desk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just fucking deletes my organs.
It's something I'm terrified about, is like spinning my chair around at too high of a speed like I do with my wood one, and just hitting this and just
Yeah, 'cause
shattering
it's tempered glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's strong on the flat sides, but if you hit it on that edge, goodbye desk. He
Yeah.
says as he
Done. Finished.
flicks the edge of it.
Me
Just
finished.
tempt fate.
This desk, intact.
Anyone want a cake?
Okay.
We doing this again?
No, I'm kidding. I don't have enough to share. Wait, no, there's some out on the banister. We could.
Y'all can. I'm
Very
quite
welcome.
stuffed from
Huh?
from the meal.
You're very welcome.
From the meal.
From
Ite
Ite.
Okay, lad, I know you're studying the Japanese language, but if you keep doing that, I'm going to have to ask you to stop doing it.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you're going to tell Sensei to do something.
Yeah, I'll
about
just
it.
give her the link to this.
Please don't. Oh gosh, please don't.
I'll give her the specific bit
Please don't.
where you butcher the language.
Don't do it.
Okay,
don't.
fine. I won't give it to...
I'm still thinking of
I won't give it to your sensei that, is Taiwanese. I'll give it to mine that's actually Japanese.
I'm worried she's going to come to our house.
Yada.
Actually, I figured out, to jump a little bit back, I figured out the key to not saying someone else's real name is just not calling them by name at all. Think about how often in the podcast we don't just say a name, we just talk.
You see, this is half of the error with me being here, is we break the third wall. Or
What
not the third.
third wall?
I'm an idiot.
The first one.
The fourth
well,
wall.
okay, to your credit, you lasted longer than 3 seconds, so I mean...
Hey.
I always do.
Hey. Wait a sec.
Does
But
Google
not,
know that?
Not much more than 7. That's what
No.
Google knows.
15
Oh, no.
seconds at most.
Google doesn't give me the ad saying you can't last more than 10 seconds.
Well,
with
no,
this.
you're at the wrong sites.
This will make you come in a millisecond.
You're going to just looking at this.
You're going to just thinking about this.
What
So you
that
see-
sound was, but that was not pleasure in any capacity. You sounded like some sort of 1970s sci-fi monster, just, oh, or something. It sounded so thoroughly inhuman. No, that's just Sasquatch.
People called me that in the 4th grade.
That's probably because you already had these fucking sideburns.
I didn't. I was a hairy little bastard growing up, and I still
Were.
am.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
You just
really
looked
was.
straight at his cock. Word.
No, I was looking at his legs.
Yes, we are all sitting in a Japanese hot spring right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where this episode
We're
takes
literally
place.
in the onsen.
I even brought my desk here for some reason.
Just don't drop the power supply. I'm not inherently suicidal.
No. I brought my desk PC mount,
Oh, this will be good.
Yeah, with your bent pins.
No, I left the bent pins at home and I took the CPU with me.
Oh my word.
Now that is a slap to the knee.
1 slap.
2 slap.
3.
You
Couple
should've
hundred.
joined us. Okay, hold on just a sec. I'm hitting myself pretty dang hard.
You won't hear anything. I have no skin. You'll just hear.
What do you think I have?
You actually are close to a healthy weight for someone of your age and height.
No, it's mostly just my thighs.
I'm actually qualified as anorexic, technically speaking.
I got him.
Yeah, I am 5'7.5". I'm 20 years old, and as of 2 weeks ago, I weighed 98 pounds. I probably weigh closer to 94 now.
You ever just become anorexic to flex on the Weight Watchers?
You see, I'm not happy about this.
It was a joke.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're not.
You ever
and I'm
eaten
sorry
an
about
entire cow by yourself to flex on the vegans?
I actually had a coworker that.
Dude, that was my mom.
So I used to work at Baskin Robbins, as the two
It's
of you
an
know,
actual
right?
moo moo cow.
That's actually what she said last night.
Moo.
Not even. She was going, awooga!
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 I'm
Yeah.
telling myself now.
Please don't.
Good.
What do you mean good? Who's gonna edit this episode?
Randy,
Me!
may I
No,
have
just
the
kidding.
ceremonial shotgun?
No. 29 minutes. Put the gun down.
Down.
But,
Put the gun down.
No. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
but,
No.
but
No buts.
Aaron,
No buts. No shotgun either. Just put that down. You can use it
Aaron,
later.
I
No.
want to.
Give it an hour.
Fine.
You put it down and it misfires and shoots me. Just fine.
It's just the shotgun just explodes and all the shells kill us all. Well, all the pellets.
Well, until next week, and then we revive.
Obviously. Be kind
yeah,
of funny to cut it short at 30 minutes.
No, it wouldn't.
So
Were
you
you gonna
see,
ask me something?
I was thinking about it.
Can you sit there?
Are
and
you the
stop-
reason why we keep coming back every week? I really want to know. It doesn't make any sense. We've been shot. The FBI have gotten us. 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 We got shot again.
I had my hand stuck in Aaron's lung.
At
We've
one
been
point,
King Crimsoned.
he got poisoned. What
Yeah,
was
y'all
another
don't
one?
remember the first.
I saw stars.
And I needed someone to.
see stars.
I see stars.
When he jumped off a building and bungee jumped his way back
That
up.
is still one of my favorite bits.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
worried.
you don't know? When you get editors are known for time and reality distortion. That's what they do.
No. But how does it work? If do you just rewrite it?
I've told you. You see, here's the thing. Y'all think it's y'all's story, but in the end, I ultimately control it.
Oh, okay. So he's the villain here, and we have to beat him before the third act.
All right.
Or, forgive me.
I gotcha.
You're still only in the prologue.
Okay, that's fair. We'll
You
get
got
a couple
quite a
hundred
while.
more chapters. Couple thousand, maybe.
Closer to that.
Well, I ran out of bullets, so I have this nice mechanical pencil here.
Time to stop him with the power of friendship and these nifty guns we found.
It's like, no, I got it. No, homie, I'll do it. Wait, no. With the power of friendship.
And this RPG. Phew.
I just
No,
bought Dungeons and Dragons when you
no,
said
it's
RPG.
like, and this R34 GTR Nismo Z-Tune
Ooh, that's nice. You know that, actually, I want to talk about that.
is
I've been-
running you over at 200 miles an hour.
I've actually been seeing some of these R34s, because in the US, you can now legally import them, starting at certain VIN numbers. And I've been seeing most of them with sub 50K selling 50K on the odometer. Completely stock, just the normal color selling for minimum 60 grand.
It's too much.
Now, the most expensive ones have been those top caliber ones in that, what's it called, Midnight Purple? That
And
is,
the Z-Tunes.
yeah, that are so damn beautiful. They're selling for, I've seen a couple of them sell for around 160K. You can buy Ferraris for that much.
Yep.
I got horny from holding hands.
Why did you sound like Cave Johnson?
That was the point.
I don't like
Hi.
that.
I got horny just from holding hands.
That's
What am I gonna
isn't
do?
it?
I don't think I can hold down.
I'm gonna coo.
Okay. It's called Attack on Eroko-san. I've got to read this.
Yeah, I already have it bookmarked in my I'm interested tab.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, they read hentai.
I don't read hentai. No.
I do.
Well, I
No
don't read it often.
NTR, no rape, my kind of shit.
Yeah, that's fair. So mostly vanilla.
Yep. Sometimes I gotta go for the monster girls though, cause you know me.
Do you have sticky
What does that mean?
Hey, lad, do you have sticky notes on your desk anywhere?
No.
How do you not have sticky notes?
Wow.
It's because I'm a liar.
Cringe.
Why do you want a sticky note?
I needed to write a note, obviously.
I'm just kidding. I have a thick stack of them. Here you go.
I like how you can't actually see that penguin's face.
What is tomorrow? Thursday?
Tomorrow is the day of the week. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Are ya?
I swear I'm not doing this intentionally. I just get caught up in the flow of the conversation.
Randy, you're actually doing good this week. I want to personally thank you.
I'm sorry, okay?
Well, here's your welcome.
I thought you were about to just say the name.
Adaga, thank you.
Shit, I don't know how to say you're welcome and add English.
There is a long-ass way to say you're welcome, but I do not have the time nor the memory to dig it up. But you could find just some way of saying yeah. But if you just go, yeah, I know, very similar sounding. You're actually saying house instead of no. It's one syllable off. You go from saying house to no, or vice versa.
I don't know. It's more like, yeah is, is no, but yeah is more house, It's like you're saying yeah, like yay.
Yeah!
Yay!
Oh, they know yeah!
Yay! I'm illiterate. Would you read that to me?
I will not. Thank you.
What does that say?
It's just gibberish from me. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Oh, I see.
It's the
you
sauce
actually
numbers.
decided to go into work early. You could have just told him no.
It was 30 minutes.
I see.
It's
That's more money.
it's still 30 minutes of your precious goddamn time.
And plus, we discussed.
It's not worth it.
They don't really appreciate you, dog. That's why I handed in my 2 weeks. Well, that and Scoo.
So, are you winning at SCO, son?
Yeah, actually, I'm doing better. Like,
Oh, well, it might be because there's delivery coming in the morning. And with that
Yeah,
30
that's
minutes,
fair.
it may allow whoever's the lead on that to finish up, or one of them, whoever it is that's there to finish up all their crap,
That'd excuse it, I think.
Yeah, for the last 30 minutes.
You know who's
Turns out
working tomorrow?
nothing's done.
I know Inot is. I'm sorry, Enote. I know she's working because she's the one that asked me.
Who?
Why are we
Inot
talking about
backwards.
work?
I see. What?
Why are we talking about work?
I don't know. Tell me,
Speaking of
how's
work-
work going for you, son? Are you winning?
How's it
Well,
going?
people just straight up aren't coming in for the evening shift. So, I'm just kind of sitting there having to, wash dishes twice. That's fun.
Why are people just not coming in?
Because honestly, fuck that place. Thing is, it's not really phasing me, but it's not a good place to work. Even as far as McDonald's are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
There are better Mickey D's.
It's not the people who come to order either. They're all shit. But the thing is, we live... Okay, so this McDangles lives in probably the worst possible town. Part of town. Because, someone was just casually walking home. They got stabbed to death by some random-ass motherfuckers. It was kind of odd. I don't...
Do you carry a knife?
Yeah, in my car.
You can't have one on your person? Or not in work?
At
knife
McDaniel's,
that
you
I-
get the stabbings. You do not give the stabbings.
The knife I would prefer is far too large.
You mean a sword?
No.
Is it that triple-bladed one that spirals and that takes a team of surgeons to patch your ass back up if you can get to a hospital in time before you bleed out?
Well, the thing is, just, make it a triangular knife. They literally can't save you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
It's impossible to stitch back up.
They've only ever
Which is
had 2
fascinating.
people survive it, but they had serious health complications for the rest of their lives.
Well, yeah, it's a triangle wound.
Well, here's the thing is, I've actually thought about keeping one in my camera bag.
I was worried you were about to say, well, the only reason I'd be disincentivized to own a knife like that is if I accidentally, had an accident or someone near me had an accident, could have maybe been life-saving, could have literally saved a life, Like, say, for instance, knife accidents happen. You know how it is.
But
Your friend your homie
but
jumps
I won't
up on
pull
you.
it out unless I see some motherfucker walk in and draw a gun.
You have at thee.
Yeah, at that
Hear ye,
point,
hear ye, unhand
like-
thy currency.
yeah. If you look-
Unhand thy weapon!
well, here's the thing: is under castle law, the shop then becomes, my castle, and quite frankly, I'm always really tired. My nerves are shot. If you come in and pull a gun, then
But you still have a family here who cares
yes.
about you.
But
And
here's the
friends
thing:
as well.
they never need to wonder where their deities are because he's standing right in front of them, holding a knife that is designed to fuck you up beyond comparison, and it's fresh out of mercy.
They just start to pull out a gun. Wow, that was quick. Why do you have that knife at the ready? How are you carrying that knife without me noticing? And, dude,
and
It's called nature's pocket, bitch. He notices the amount, the
you mean you
horrifying.
draw it from your urethra?
No, his asshole.
You just- Oh, so it's a fancy butt plug.
Yes, yes.
no,
yes,
it makes a
exactly.
distinct sound when I pull it out.
No,
And that's the
it
sound
makes,
of your
it
cheeks
makes,
clapping back together.
How much
It
are
ma-
one
it
of
makes
those
it- it
knives?
makes
I was
us-
worried you were about to ask a different question.
It makes a sound like an M82 grenade launcher. It goes.
Dum, dum, dum. You pull out 3. How are you keeping those in there?
I trained. What kind of training does this entail? Well, last time someone called me gay, they got their dick sucked. So.
Alright then. That's just wacky.
God. I think that might be my favorite, intentionally cringe joke. Oh my god.
Did it again, I'm sorry.
Yep,
Please just execute me, I'm sorry.
not yet.
No promises. But that shotgun do be looking dummy thick.
For only
you got a
like
point.
$85 or so, like between 60 and 85, you can buy one of them. And they're not all enormous. There's some small ones too.
You looking at knives or
Triple bladed knife.
inappropriate stuff?
Is it triple bladed? Let's see.
Yeah, it's that spiral one that will literally kill you if you touch it wrong.
This drill will pierce the heavens. And your liver while I'm at it.
And if
This is the drill that will pierce the heavens!
Scott, behold.
yeah, just
Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot I showed that to you.
大丈夫だよ.
Do you want me to send this to you, Randy?
What?
This meme.
Yes.
Okay, quality meme.
Fujiwara tofu thing.
Okay, maybe you are going to have to edit out silence.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
So-
kind of horrible.
Yeah. So,
So,
did y'all see the Apple event?
Didn't care.
I saw a little bit here and a little bit there, and I don't understand. I don't know what people expect from Apple at this point. They literally do stuff like, I'm convinced they design things in a fresh, new way or do something funky for dramatic effect. It's like, no one in their right mind would reasonably design headphones like they did. But you know what?
They did.
said, yeah, well, no. No one who wants to design, truly good quality, comfortable headphones. They knew what they were doing. That was an intentional move on their part because they want to, they're selling you a brand. But I think this also might just be Tim Cook's way of seeing just how far people will go to, cover for them. It's essentially the same thing as with Dream stands.
Well, the bit I
People
was
just kind of casually accepting a cheater.
Well, it's just weird because, did I ever mention this? Dude said slurs, legitimate, and people were like, no, he's donated to,
Dream of
charities.
Tim Cook.
I'd
Oh,
love
just
to
to
hear that Tim Cook said slurs. That would be funny. What a way to ruin Steve Jobs' legacy. Then the new guy is,
Steve Jobs would come out of the grave and we'd actually get good Apple products again.
No,
Nah, he'd come out of the grave and just slap him on the wrist.
stop
Well,
that.
Steve
And he
Jobs
goes back
died
and dies
in
again.
the iPhone 7 era, right?
I forget.
He either died at the end of the 6 or right before they rolled out 7.
Watch
Remember
him
to
die
keep
on
my
stage
pres-
unveiling 5.
No,
I
but-
like to believe that if he... I'm sorry, I was talking. I like to believe that if Steve Jobs were still alive, the headphone jack would still be on the iPhones.
Nah, I don't think it would.
Really?
I
'Cause
just
that
think
was
it's a
Tim
matter
Cook's
of...
machination.
Yes. And Tim Cook shall pay for that. But, because, I just think it would have been an inevitable thing. I think that things like that weren't exactly going to ever be in, control for Steve Jobs. I think it's more a thing of just some shady board of directors is like, we're doing this. Because some stupid halfwit would have said, hey, why don't we take this out and promote our wireless alternative? And someone would have pounced on it. Steve Jobs could have stamped his feet and, like, torn apart the board, but they still would have probably gone through with it.
Mm-hmm. But then they can't do anything unless he, like, approves.
Perhaps. But we wouldn't know. I don't know. No way to know. I'd like to hope that, headphone jack wouldn't be removed, but...
If it still had a headphone jack, I'd have a reason to throw $1,000 or so down on an iPhone.
Perhaps.
That's fair.
But the software experience just isn't where it's at. At least in terms of downloading third-party software that Papa Apple doesn't approve.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's like, if you want that experience to download it, then yes, I do completely agree that Android is the place to be. However, if you don't care about doing all that stuff or whatever, then great, go get an iPhone. I just feel like Android...
So you like the advanced jitterbug, huh?
Okay, listen.
Sorry, it was a bad
Android
joke.
is the I had a good friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked
happened to
him
him?
which they... That's a long story. Anyway, that's lore we're not getting into. Ever.
Lore.
Yeah.
The lore.
So, I remember we went into an Apple store over at La Cantera and a Windows store when they were still a thing. And I asked her, which did she prefer? She had an iPhone at the time, but she was talking highly of, let's see, whatever these new Samsung flagship from 2 years ago, whatever the hell that was.
Probably the Note 9.
Yeah. She was talking about potentially getting that or a new iPhone, and I said, asked him, which do you prefer?
Wait, no, it was the Note 10, sorry.
I asked her, which do you prefer, Samsung or iPhones? And she had said, and I quote, and I will never forget this, and is the most accurate description between the two. She said, I like Android or Samsung for when I want to get shit done, but when I want to be a simple bitch, I get an iPhone. And to this day, and I asked her to elaborate on simple bitch, and she had said, if you literally don't want to have to worry about doing any technical crap, and you want it to just be basic, run like it should, and you don't want to touch it in any way, shape, or form. And in that endeavor, shit, that's iOS.
I'm going to rephrase it a little bit.
Okay.
When you want to rent the phone, slap down money on Apple. When you want to buy the phone, slap down money on Android. Because, listen, think about it. You don't buy an iPhone. You rent it from Papa Cook.
I've not killed...
Think about the premium rates for repairing it. Reasonably speaking, you shouldn't have to pay that.
You're not a dumbass and don't decide to break it.
Think about the quality. I don't know. Their quality has gotten better.
You
but then again...
You remember our coworker, Angry Little Sugar Gremlin?
I was just going to call her the person that works at Lowe's.
No, not her. The one whose real name starts with an R. That still works there.
Real estate? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I call her
why?
Little Angry
She's taller
Sugar...
than you.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
She's 3 inches shorter.
No, she isn't.
Yes, she is.
Dude, no.
Anyway, I call her Little Angry Sugar Gremlin because she basically turns into a small fusion reactor when she has a little too much sugar, like the cookie cake we had the other night, and it's quite funny. Her voice gets really high-pitched when we start messing with her. However, when it gets later at night and she starts getting agitated with people, she becomes an angry little gremlin, and rightfully so.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
I've actually called her Little Angry Gremlin to her face before, and she thought it was funny. Anyway, she has an iPhone 8 Plus. I have seen her, sail her phone onto the table. Granted, it has a case, and the thing is still functioning. I've seen Jessica drop her phone in a case onto, that rocky concrete that, as a kid, if you tripped on a bug, because it would always happen, you trip on a damn ladybug, your kneecaps, they were just getting eaten alive. Mm-hmm. She's dropped her phone on that numerous times. And then that time after school, when we took her home, and she dropped her phone out of the car, I'm positive we ran it over, and it just somehow survived.
Well, so you guys want to know a funny anecdote?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have
the phone
this...
you spiked?
No. That was a cheap piece of shit. It didn't need to survive. Okay. So I recently bought a new phone, right?
Yes.
Recently-ish.
A few months ago.
Okay. So I'm like pissed off at work because I'm just casually doing the evening crew's job. So I pick my newer phone up. It's got a pretty nice case, and I chuck it at a wall so hard that it creates a dent in the wall. My
Density.
Nothing happens to my phone. I pick it up and it's like none of the weird shit where like it kind of restarts. Nothing happens on the screen. It didn't even leave the window that I had open. It was like, oh, cool, you threw me.
All right.
And thing is, everyone was there to witness it. Everyone on the shift. We just look at the wall like, what? I have to point it out to everyone because no one notices. All they know is, wow, he's pretty angry. And then I'm like, wait a sec, I threw my phone at the wall and it dented it.
Yeah?
It's like that. It's like when I was running down the hall after Dungeons and Dragons and my old phone just came out of my pocket, hit brick. Like, I swear it landed on the corner. All the pieces fall out and everything like it's a puzzle. I just slap it back together, and I think it was Jessica that's like, is it broken? And I'm just like, no, it isn't. This thing does not die. I turn it on, and it's like, ha, try again.
Yeah.
Try better next time.
Yeah, that was when LGs was taking notes from Nokia.
However, even this, my A50, it just does not take damage. I have dropped this. This thing has fallen more times than a grandmother who desperately needs life alert. It does not break. I'm not gonna slam it hard, but I've slammed it hard before. Like got a bad test score.
All right.
It just has durability on its side, and that's what I love Android for. I've heard, I can't remember who I was talking to, but I think that I was talking to one person who had an iPhone, and I think it was a she. She mentioned that, she just literally just set it down on, like, that same concrete that, you fall in and it grates your knees. She just set it down, not really hard or anything, and it cracks.
I know exactly why iPhones crack and Androids don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Androids are made out of more plastic. And plastic rebounds whenever you deal damage to it. Metal does not.
Yeah, it's really strong up until a point.
Yes.
And it's also how it handles those vibrations. And glass is glass, to quote Jerry Rig Everything.
You almost gave him a fake name. Like,
No,
you
I was trying to-
hesitated after saying Jerry. Like, you're just like, Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, is that his real name?
Well, no, I wasn't trying to give him a fake
Well,
name.
his real
It's
name's
just
Zach. He lives it. His social security number is
He lives in
the
a
funny
home
three
in
numbers
in
on the back of his credit card are...
3, 8, and 7.
He doesn't strike me as a 387 guy.
Huh?
He doesn't strike me as a 387 guy.
What is he, an 803 type of person?
Maybe. I don't know.
He's
But,
more like a 425, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can see that.
But the reason I ask about did y'all see the Apple event is, the big thing, the iPad Pros. Don't care about...
iMac.
We're not going to talk about the iMacs.
I gotta pull him up. Go on.
Yeah, you good.
I'm not doing this on purpose. I swear. I am literally just getting caught up in the conversation. I'm sorry. I really am. I do feel bad about this. Apple's big mistake with its new iMacs was unveiling its iMacs. Look at these.
Well, they're a technical marvel piece.
Look at this.
It's just that
Look at
they're just so damn ugly.
Look at this. Look at how thick this bezel is.
The bezel
I
doesn't
could store
get
my
me.
wife and kids in there.
Here's the thing. The bezel doesn't get me. It's that the chin is a different color than the bezels.
Oh no,
The
even
bezels are white, and then they made the chin the color of the back. If they would have either made the whole front the color, or made the whole front white, it wouldn't look as bad. If it was all white, it would look old as hell. Kind of like the old MacBook Airs used to look. But like, I don't really mind the chin just because I've always seen the iMacs with that enormous ass chin. So I've just grown used to seeing it. But I love that they're so thin now. The headphone jack's on the side. But I love they have a headphone jack.
the headphone jack on the side is the funniest thing because literally it is too thin to fit it any other way. That is
thin
funny to
with
me.
2 ends.
Also, no. Sheet minus thick.
That's thin with 2 ends.
No.
4
Thin.
And the Mustang in the distance agrees with you.
But anyway.
So you see, the thing is, I'm just wondering how they fit an IGP CPU in there. Like, what are they just up the TJ Maxx to like from 100 to 150?
I don't know. All I know is that Apple is in the process of restructuring a lot of their current phones and well, not phones yet, but with the new iPads, they're built differently just due to the raging success of the M1 chip or
Built
CPU
different.
and their own GPU. So I don't know. It's interesting, but the main thing I like about these new iPad Pros, I couldn't give a shit about the display. Like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna look damn beautiful, but they already the last gens had the A14 Bionic chip, which was an impressive little CPU and a tablet. Now they're actually having the M1 stuff, like what's in the current Mac lineup. So now the iPads are closer to a mini desktop. I mean, the A14 stuff and iPad OS was definitely a good leap in that direction, and as someone who has been using iPad OS as a somewhat secondary system on a basic boy iPad, I do intend to upgrade to one of the bigger iPads, actually use it as a pseudo laptop, because I currently have a Mac project that I'm beginning. The hell was that?
Oh,
Piece of metal.
it's mine right there.
Oh, lovely. Because I do have that Mac, I'm going to work. Oh, that's beautiful art. Work on upgrading, but when I booted it the other day, so you know it has no battery in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I plugged it in with the glorious MagSafe. I love that so much. And booted it up, ran its update. With that Mac fully updated, it can't run YouTube. Like, YouTube, when you go on the site, it actually says you have to upgrade your browser. But I was only using Safari just because I want to wait until I get the new battery to really push it. You know, and I can sit more places other than my desk with this thing. So I don't know if it's going to be as strong as a backup. Anywho, because I'm going through a bunch of tech upgrades and I like having a lot of tech, but I would genuinely consider either the new iPad Airs, which are quite amazing from what I have seen and understand, and their colors are nice.
Colors?
Yeah, like that blue, that kind of like Arctic blue. They call it sky blue, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only problem I have with the
Brand spanking new!
iMacs is that I'm the stand man.
I'm the stand man.
Shut up.
Skibidi-bum-da-da.
But what's the exact issue with the
Skip-it-up,
stands? I'm curious,
nada.
because I do agree. They almost don't look like they're gonna support it that well. If it's at the wrong angle, the stuff is gonna come down like the London Tower.
I don't
Or
know.
London Bridge, sorry.
It's like they could have had a curve to it. It's just angles, man. It looks so
has
generic.
Apple ever been known for their curves though?
I guess it's just...
It's just like it's a fucking corner. It's not like you're turning a car. It's like you're
You're turning a bus.
no. It's like you're folding paper to like make the turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say it'll be in a month or two, and they're gonna have one of them in a Best Buy, and I do play with all the new Apple toys and some of Samsung stuff when I see it at Best Buy, because they always have the demo. They don't get the Samsung. Swear I'm not brain dead tonight.
You're gonna lose your hair and lose your strength, or what?
Probably both. They don't get the Samsung displays in fast enough for me to play with them, but the Apple stuff comes in hellaciously quick. So I can usually go and play with all the new Apple stuff, and that's why I've actually been considering upgrading to grab one of those new iPad Airs. Although, so here's the funny thing. So right now, because the new iPad Pros are not coming out yet, it says on their website late May, I think they come out, but you can start pre-ordering them, I think on the 30th of this month, and then they'll roll out 2 weeks after. The current iPad Air is a better deal than buying a current Pro, just based off pricing. Yes, you can't get the same amount of storage, but they're better.
Yeah.
But the new Pros, you can get an 11-inch base model that's 128 gigs for $799, and it has a Thunderbolt Type-C port on it. That's half the appeal of all the Pros is with this Thunderbolt/Type-C, you can actually put thumb drives into it and use its file system due to iPad OS. And with that new Magic, whatever the hell they call that keyboard that you can get for the iPads, it's a scissor switch, you can legitimately use them as a laptop, I can say. Because I used mine, which is that, the lowest iPad, which was start new last year. I used it as a pseudo laptop at campus, because you remember that old HP I had, right? Or that the one that tried to kill itself numerous times?
Me.
The HP bullshit. Get it now and die today.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing is Jessica had the same model. It was a slightly different variation. She's yet to have an issue from what I understand. Mine was just the epitome of a factory defect. Like, headphone jack didn't work from the beginning, but I never used it up until later, and it sucked. The Bluetooth chip died on me. Then the Wi-Fi chip was going out, and it would just randomly thermal throttle. It just wouldn't turn its fans on. It kept trying to cook itself. Like, I tried rendering one school project on it in hit film. That was it was 24 frames at 1080, and it literally had to turn itself off because it overheated. It thermal throttled just straight up and tried to cook itself at over 100 degrees Celsius.
That's not throttling. That's called an emergency shutdown.
Yeah, and that's about what it did. So yeah, that's why I stopped using it, which led to me building that desktop, my good system that I edit all of Glorious Tangents on.
And you
then
want to give that up for a Mac?
Huh?
I was making a
He's
joke.
going...
I just said you want to give that up for a Mac.
You want to back that up with a Mac? Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Okay. As a backup, I don't mean like a literal... I mean like, if something were to happen to my computer, much in the same way Aaron's computer had the CPU die on it, while I'm waiting for a new part, which, as we've all seen the computer economy right now, that's damn near impossible to get a new CPU in for a good price.
Actually, CPUs ain't that bad. What our real problem is GPUs, and and also big wattage power supplies.
Yeah, that's why if anything were to go out in my system right now, on average, it would be quite a handicap for all my stuff. So that's why I led into this MacBook project, which they'll probably talk about in a later episode or show it off. I don't know. Anyway, so that's there. So back when I was building it, I didn't have a laptop to use at campus, and I got tired because I shake a lot, so it's hard to write legible notes, and my handwriting's already bad enough. So I started taking the iPad to use it with iPad OS. It's quite usable. I know there are people that would stone me for saying that, but beside the point of the matter.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's just usable, and that's enough.
Yeah,
I would say it's good for what it is.
Something that I will give Apple credit for, and the one thing that I feel like they put out that it doesn't feel inherently soulless are their iPads. Because it's a nifty thing. Like,
Yeah.
I've gotten me mitts on other tablets every now and again, and it just doesn't quite replicate the experience because I feel like it really benefits from the simple experience that iOS is built to offer.
Yeah.
Because, you don't need anything, like, iPad isn't meant to carry your workload. It's not meant to be your $1,500 RTX 2080 Ti computer or anything like that. It's not meant to replace anything. It's just meant to supplement it. Like, say, and I feel like it just does its job of being a bookend excessively well. Like, I like watching videos on it. I like using it for just menial stuff that I don't feel, if I want to lay down in bed and watch some videos on YouTube, I want to watch a shark in particular, I can do so without, like, feeling like I'm going to have a seizure.
By the way, we're talking about a shark girl. The one
No, I'm talking about Megalod.
But yeah, like, that's half the appeal of the iPads, and...
Well, no, that's the entire appeal of them. What are you coming to do? What are you getting an iPad for? To do your taxes?
Well, funnily enough, with iPad OS and the newer stuff, you can.
No.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Up until they debuted iPad OS...
Do your taxes.
Like, the Surface tablets made by Microshit, as I call them.
No, they're Micro Shaft.
Same difference.
Microsuck.
The Surface, yeah. So being as the iPads use pretty much the exact same version of iOS that the iPhones used, you started running into the desktop limitations, and people were trying to use it to imitate laptops, as a daily driver, and it did work. It worked about as you'd expect, for a scaled-up phone operating system, which is effectively what the iPad version of iOS was until 14 rolled out made iPad OS. So due to that weak point of not being able to run the desktop versions of websites and stuff, which I have noticed a huge difference using it. That was the main reason the Surface laptops and tablets took off, is they ran full unadulterated Windows. Not well, mind you, because they still had to cram hardware into something very tiny, so it wasn't done well. The Surface laptops themselves, like not the 2-in-1 tablets, those are decent. But it's the tablet ones that made to go against the iPad that they worked the job. But the second iPad OS came out, and it's opened up support for mouse, which they're still working on it. They're getting there.
Is it still an accessibility function?
I think as of 14.4, they actually changed it to where it's no longer accessibility. I think it's its own thing.
What is it again?
Mouse.
Mouse
Oh,
support.
okay.
Because
I
it used
think-
to be like, well, you're too stupid to touch the screen, so use a mouse.
Yeah, it might still be under accessibility, but I do know at the least, just because I have not actually hooked up a mouse to it, like, I don't know if I would, even if I upgraded to an Air, or just turned mine into a full-on pseudo laptop, I don't think I'd ever use a mouse with it, just because it's like, I'd rather just use the touchscreen.
I might. Because sometimes the workflow is better for, like if I'm, like say for instance, I've got a keyboard and everything and I want to scroll down the page, I'm not going to reach out my hand like some sort of ape and
I would consider using it.
I'm going to use a mouse like, a civilized person.
Someone who, like, doesn't try to do all their work on a tablet.
Because, at some point, I think tablets need that versatility of being able to use, like, a mouse-like thing as well. Because then, you're kind of getting, like, railed into the experience they want you to have. And, there's nothing wrong with, like, a developer's intended experience. I mean, game developers do it all the time. Still hate it, but, well, forgive me. AAA developers do it all the time, and that makes me cringe quite a substantial amount. But regardless, yeah, it just makes me cringe. You good?
Yeah, it was just, Skull King messaging us
Yes.
Oh, I
Skull.
about the game layer. But yeah, like, I quite, like, I know I keep buying expensive shit rather recently, but, whatchamacallit.
Hey, I think it's in the Dim Dungeons.
Yeah, go on.
But at some point, I do think, I will consider going to an iPad Air, like the current ones there, or potentially a Pro later on to use it, like, whenever I return to campus, or just use it as an auxiliary system, for out and about, because I can't bring my baby, my sweet, beautiful baby boy, expensive desktop with me everywhere in my dual monitor setup.
You could, you just don't want to try enough.
Yeah, and that's just too much effort. It'd be
Just
easier.
stick it in your bag of holding. It's okay.
Yeah.
Mother Nature's
It's just-
pocket exists for a reason.
By the way, whenever you said that the 128 gig iPad was available for like $7.99, I was like, because I got my phone for $300.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And it's
this,
128 gigs.
yeah, but this is like a whole different package. Like, now that the iPad Pros, because the Pros are meant to be that high caliber. Now that they're gonna have the M1 CPUs in them, they are now. I could honestly, if you pair it with one of the Magic Keyboard things, I could honestly argue it's a legitimate laptop. Because you have the Lightning, or not the Lightning, but the Thunderbolt Type-C, so you can run a dongle off it and run actual thumb drives into it. Like, if I upgrade, like, I do think I will, probably, whatchamacallit, and use it as a pseudo laptop. I do think I'm going to get one that has one of those Thunderbolt ports on there, so, it can actually pull files into it. Just because, I can't do that with mine because it has, the Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one reason it's, not expensive. And it's still damn good damn good iPad. I mean, an iPad, there's not really a bad iPad. Like, they've all been pretty good. Like, they've not exactly flubbed it. I know on the 12-inch Pros, when they did the new frame design, with the microphone holes right in the middle, yeah, that was anybody that knows structure knows that was a bad idea, because I think jerry-rig he was the one that bent it in half with just his hands. Because in the metal frame, those microphone hole ports, weak spot in the structure. So he just folded it like a book.
He went. Oh.
No, like he actually did.
No.
Have you seen the clip?
This reminds me of the guy who picks up the Surface. It was he picked up one of those laptops with the kind of 180 full turnage keyboard thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can he picked up a 2-in-1, and then this other guy was just watching him do it, and then he picks up a much cheaper laptop, and then he tries the same thing, and he just
Ooh.
he just breaks a laptop.
Well then.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. Well, first I'm gonna see if I got any angry phone calls, because my phone's been off because it's dead. I brought a charger and meant to plug it in like 4 hours ago.
Oof.
You got one of the funny ones that work for the old kind of phones, because this is a called box, and it's not exactly a
You didn't bring one?
ish. No. I brought my charger. I was just wondering if you had one of the funny old ones already connected, and you do not.
Nah, mine is USB Type C.
Mine is USB Micro B, and kind of cringe, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I got voicemail, but no nasty calls. I guess it's because I told my parents while I was going.
That works.
Turns out I have like 30 notifications from my little brother.
What would he be notifying
Randy,
you about?
Randy, where are you? I need you to teach me how to eat ass.
Stop!
That's
And then I just have to tell him, just don't eat too much, and you should be fine.
Is that something your brother would legitimately ask about?
No,
I hope
I
not.
hope the fuck not. Get it because sex joke.
Yeah.
Kill me!
I might.
Is it about time?
No, it isn't. Don't look at the clock. That's wrong.
Well,
Alright.
The sun went down.
I'm going to
The
break my
fuck's a
hand
sun?
in a second.
Please don't. I don't know why my Discord notifications are suddenly working, but
That sounds about right.
yeah, what the hell?
What? Is your device going
Interesting.
bonkers?
No, apparently I have $2.28 left in my account. That's pretty nice.
oh,
I hope you don't need gas in the next few days.
No, I bought some. That's probably why.
Oh, that makes sense.
I didn't buy a lot though.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out I didn't even put it in my car. I just bought gas and then sprayed it on the floor and went home.
Are you serious?
sprayed it
No.
on the floor.
Well, perhaps if you don't launch it from red lights at night, you can save a bit more fuel. You know, keep it below 3,500 RPM.
But it's fun to get all the way to 6,100.
I mean, yeah. But that's a quick way to burn up all your fuel.
I know.
Especially when you're waiting on the months to come to
Yeah.
you.
I know, but I like the... I like going 140 miles an hour on Marbach Road.
Officer Perez, did you hear that?
Officer Tenpenny, do you understand what's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
Hit his downshift.
Tempted to put a VTEC sound over that in post.
No, just put a video of someone, a VTEC kicking in.
Now, honestly, I'll just give you a dash cam of me fucking pounding my gears.
Do it. Because, like, as we know, this is 31, 28 just went up. So, we got a little bit of a backlog. So, you got some time.
It's just like, huh? That's a funny looking set of red, white, and blue flashing lights.
Yeah. So if this lab provides me the footage before I render and export this, it'll be right here. So it was either a wondrous sounding clip, probably at 720p, or y'all will never know what it's like.
Uh huh.
We will see.
It's kind of funny. In order to actually get it done, I'm gonna have to like hold my phone to my dash and only drive with one hand on the steering wheel. I'm not even used to doing that yet.
Okay, Randy, let's not do that.
I have to. It's for the funny.
Please don't die.
No promises.
That's fair. At least you're honest.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll worry the rest of us.
It's just kind of funny though. All of the engine noise in my car comes from the front. I have like stuck a brick on my gas pedal, and like just kind of got out, just kind of listen to the exhaust, and it goes nothing at all.
Meanwhile, at front, it's raising hell.
Meanwhile, at front, it sounds like a goddamn 2JZ.
I love the sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna boost that into oblivion when I go to edit this later on.
It's just, they don't even hear the note anymore.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it has a really funny sounding rev limiter.
Really?
Uh-huh. When I first heard it, I thought I was like blowing flames out the exhaust.
Well then.
Anti-lag. I don't even have a turbo.
Would it be funny if I'd accidentally hit start streaming and people were just piling in because they're like, okay, I guess these people are just talking without looking at chat. It'd be funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Talking about looking at chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't. I've heard that bit too many times.
Yeah, but it's a funny bit.
They're evil. An entire Dungeons and Discord server I'm in, which is
Dungeons and Donuts.
they don't even play Dungeons and Dragons anymore.
What
They
do you do?
they play a Cyberpunk Red and this
Gotcha.
thing called Changing the Dreaming. I don't know much more of the name than that. Probably is a lot more. They're all talking about coronavirus vaccines.
I see.
Not vaccines, but Maxines, because they're sponsored by Mac Dangles.
Funky.
You serious?
I'm just kidding.
So they're actually talking about the back scene,
The hack scene, yes.
the back reen,
The gank scene.
the lank mean,
The bank dean,
the fring ringing, the sing dinging, the hash slinging slasher.
the hash slinging Corona. Ah! It's Corona time. It pulls out a Corona beer.
Oh, how did you get a beer in here?
I don't know.
You
Sound
don't.
effect of beer opening.
Ka-dunk.
I'm gonna put it right there.
Ka-dink, 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 as you put it down.
It's gonna take like 5 minutes to get clips for and then add them in and edit correctly to my liking.
If you just open a beer, it'd be a lot quicker.
You gonna buy it?
No,
Then no.
I can't. Woman wouldn't even let me touch the scratcher tickets at the place when I was too young. Wouldn't even let me touch the tickets. That was the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. It's like, what? Am I going to... Are you worried that children have, like, some sort of luck? Or do you know this is a losing ticket? Just kidding. Of course they know. They're all losing tickets.
Your mom's a losing ticket.
Shut!
I'm sorry. Deki Nayo.
Yada yada.
What does Dekinayo mean?
I can't. I do not have the ability. Something like that.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Because it's the base verb suru, and then, when you conjugate it, it then becomes dekimasu. So, dekinai.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, that was earlier in the semester for me.
Okay, so Randy is speedrunning then.
I'm actually surprised when I hear him speak Japanese in the cast, and it's like from stuff up where I'm at. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
because that's where he's starting.
yeah, it always kind of like catches me off guard because it's like, I'm sorry, what?
What percentage of that is VTubers and what percentage of that is like personal research?
Yes.
There it is.
Okay, so the VTubers are the personal research.
It's mainly, I just kind of started paying attention to how they're speaking in the animes at one point, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty funky. Funky, des.
Oh yeah, want to know something wholesome I saw?
What's that?
It was a like comment under one of the English VTubers under Hololive EN. One of them. What are you looking at me like that for?
Go on.
Yeah, it's called Hololive EN for Hololive English.
Just call it Holomyth, man. It's so much more snappier.
Yeah, I was
Fine
trying to
then.
figure out what you were saying.
Okay, well, it's E to the N.
Well, I see that
English.
now.
Forgive me, Hololive English. Forgive me.
English.
Yes, Hollow Myth. Forgive me. Under the comment section of one of their videos, it was just really wholesome. It just said one person was just like, "Sorry for the poor English, but this person's inspired me to learn the language." And it's like you love to see it. You know, you see about all these people learning
To learn
the
English or to learn Japanese?
to learn English. It was a Japanese fan learning to speak English, and I just like that. I like that sort of inspiration going both ways, because a lot of the things you'll see underneath Japanese VTubers, most VTubers, is, you know, I feel, you know, I'm learning the Japanese language now because of you. I, you know, feel proud, essentially.
And then, you know, just
Yeah, but English-
Another one, specifically, you know, the dog.
The
But
dog.
English isn't one language. It's like 7 languages wearing a trench coat.
Yeah, man. You
Yep,
gotta undress that
exactly,
trench coat if
exactly.
you want to understand the lang.
Or you can just go ahead and greet the trench coat and try talking to him if you just want to learn how to speak English.
Yeah.
If you want to study English, as in, you know, what we, you know, Americans have done, and American adults have done, you just kind of, you know, you study it. You get the roots and the etymology and all that. And, you know, it helps you make arguments
And you trace it back to a dead
Understand.
language.
and you trace it back to 3 dead languages.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like English has more of a hard curve to it just because I saw one sentence that took me like a good few minutes to understand it.
Yeah.
Because the statement was, before was, is.
I saw one where it was a paragraph. They used read and read, lead led, all 3 there.
Oh, yeah.
Tough, thought, through, and though. It was a nightmare. It's like, if you want to scare anyone out of learning the English language,
Show them the paragraph.
that would be the thing to do it. That makes me want to stop speaking English.
Well, you've already got your foot on the right path to learning a different one.
You got your foot on the brake, just hit it.
The brake or the
Okay.
gas, just to be fair.
Either way.
Okay.
Either pedal. You're hitting the corner. How are you taking it?
My front wheel drive or rear wheel drive?
I don't know.
Your choice.
Interesting.
Stupid question. Do you think it's possible, like, if you just keep speaking and keep learning and just focus entirely on that secondary language, you know, you're living in the place where that language is primarily spoken, like, say, Japanese, do you think it's possible to forget, like, how to properly speak your native tongue?
Yes, it's happening.
So yeah, I've heard of people who have done that, and like they'll start speaking English again or whatever their language was, and they'll be like, "Man, you know, I've been speaking this other language so long, I feel a little rusty with this one."
Yeah. Imagine, that sounds like such a weird feeling, though. Like, can you imagine, like, feeling rusty in the language that is
I
firmly
think,
lasered into your brain?
I think
You have
that's
many wrinkles 'cause
I
of
think
it.
that's a difference between wrinkles are good in your brain.
Yeah, I know. Many wrinkles for the language.
Oh, I see.
You gotta iron those out with the new language. Return to smooth.
No, you just put it on a bench grinder.
Okay.
Or a
So,
belt sander.
to stop interrupting myself.
Sorry. Go on, Randy.
I think it's mainly that happens whenever you slam into the wall and notice the difference between proficiency and mastery. And also to get back to what I was saying earlier, I just like how the dog, she just completely 180 all of the fans who are learning Japanese for her. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna learn English because I want to communicate with you guys better.
You gotta love it. It's just wonderful.
Sounds
Beautiful.
like it.
I like that dedication.
It's not easy or breezy, but it's still beautiful.
I just wonder how weird English must sound to people who do not understand it.
Well, think about how strange it sounds whenever people who don't really speak English kind of, you know, just casually use an English word.
Yeah, that's fair. It's kind of a left hook, if I'm being honest.
Uh-huh. It's because lots of other languages, they, like, make a fundamental sense, whereas English is just kind of...
It's got sense, but it's kind of built on, like, rafters and scaffolding and all sorts of stuff. Sorry, go on.
you cut my balls off and fed them to me. That was
Listen,
unfortunate.
This is an allegory for, English. It's cutting over everything and adding stuff and go on.
English just kind of feels unwieldy. It's like whenever I get done watching a Japanese streamer, a Japanese VTuber's clip, right? I'm just like, huh. How many of those subtitles did I actually read? And then I just think to myself in English, and I'm like, wow, that sounds pretty goddamn bonky.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Show is funky. What English accomplishes with plus words, everything else just or at least Japanese achieves with just a different ending.
Yeah.
Japanese really loves conjugating, it seems like.
It's a lot like the Spaniards.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I just hate how sudo is the base for like inability, right? And then
No, sudo is to do.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
It is do.
But it's an
I
irregular verb, so it conjugates really fucking weird across
Yeah,
the
like
board.
sudo becomes shimas.
And then in German, the conjugations, even for irregular verbs, you can like kind of see the root in it, but it's like deki nai.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dekinai. So what's the root of this? It's probably something with de, right? No, it's suru. It's
So what?
Yeah.
Swat. Swate.
Tsunade?
Swate kudasai.
Tsunade?
Yeah. Swate kudasai. You've been standing for the past 5 hours, Randy. Swate kudasai.
5. We've only been going for 1.5.
What are you talking about? That says 5.
And this is why every podcast somebody dies.
No, we die because we're made to. Because we have to. Because
Wait.
this is the loop.
Most regrettably, gentlemen.
No. I've got this. I've got
The
got to
night
watch. Hold on a minute.
has
I've got to
come
watch.
its end.
Okay, it's right here, and...
It's no use to you.
Nope, stop. There we go. Okay, quick. Together now. 4, 3... Get ready, Randy. Get those guns. Quick. Get him now before he moves. 3, 2, 1... Randy, how did we miss with all of those?
I think it's because they were all blanks.
Why did you load guns with blanks?
For the funny!
The funny is going to get us killed.
Well, we're already dead, you stupid.
When did we die?
You explain what happened then.
Like this.
Thanks for coming on, by the way. Real fun stuff.
It's a pleasure to have you, man.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure to have you edit for us.
Thank you, lads.
All right, back to the gulag.